Good evening and welcome to WTV News this Sunday, the 26th of October. My name is Nicholas Mudimba, and as usual, it's a Sunday we've compiled for you some of the top stories we had this week.
Every year, the world marks the National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week, and this year's theme is Lead-Free Kids for a Healthy Future. The event, held on the third week of October, focuses on the need to eliminate lead from elements that children are exposed to. Such elements include lead paint and other lead-coated toys. Dr. Farida Were, an environmentalist at the Kenya Industrial Research and Development Institute, explains.
It's an international week of lead poisoning awareness. Last year, we carried out International Week of Awareness on 2013, the same month, and we will continue doing this until the year 2020, when all the lead in the country has been eliminated.
Prolonged exposure to lead can cause a lowered IQ in children, hearing loss, seizures, nausea, anemia, and other neurological and renal complications. But are there any other substitutes to this dangerous element?
The substitutes exist for lead. We have substitutes, various types of substitutes, but they require some research on it so that they come up with the correct formulation, the correct quality, even for the general public. So it requires a lot of research on it. And that's why we are also meeting with the paint manufacturers so that we look at these substitutes and we see how viable it is, because some of them are very expensive.
What are the symptoms of lead poisoning to a human being, and what can a person do if they realize they might be exposed?
Yeah, the symptoms of lead poisoning are not clear. And that's why even one can have those symptoms and you never really know that you are poisoned by lead. Especially like children, it affects their IQ. Some of the people who have been affected by lead, they have criminal tendencies, yeah? But you really never know whether it is lead or something else, because the symptoms are just alike. It affects the whole system, the nervous system, the kidney, yeah? It affects the liver. So just by looking at it, you may not really know that you are poisoned by lead. But the best way is to carry out a blood test of lead, which can be carried out at Kenyatta National Hospital.
What steps can Kenyans take to ensure that they do not expose themselves to an unnecessary amount of lead which could be harmful to their health?
Public is to ensure that when they are painting their houses, they are using unleaded paint, and also to ensure that during painting, especially demolition, or sanding, the children are not in the house. At least ensure that the children's room does not contain lead paint. It should be lead-free, and it should not also peel off. For example, if you used for your house lead paint, you ensure that it doesn't peel off.
Just like the government championed the need to phase out lead in petrol in 2005 due to health reasons, there is a need for the same amount of focus to be placed on getting rid of lead in paint and other materials that children and pregnant women could come into contact with. For WTV News, I am Irene Galgalo.
Nearly 3 million people in sub-Saharan Africa are aged between 10 and 24 years. Africa has the highest concentration of young people anywhere on the planet. In 2010, a group of determined Kenyan youth started a saving scheme as a way of raising funds to start a matatu business in Nairobi.
Kama sako ilianza 2010. Lakini before hiyo tulianzaga kama conductors na wengine walikuwa wa kuchunga stage. Then tukaona ni vizuri tuchange pesa tununue gari yetu bala kuandikwa. So tukashikana watu 8, tukaanza kutoa 200 shillings per day for 5 days. So tulikuwa tuna save 8,000 kila mwezi, kila wiki. So kwa mwezi ilikuwa inakuja total kama 32,000. Tukasave kwa muda, tukakuja tukajoin Kere Bank kama microfinance as a self-help group. Tukakuwa tukisave, so Kere Bank wakakuwa wanatupatia loans, tunalipa tukijinua. Tukaendelea hivyo, serikali ikakuja ikasema inataka watu operate biashara ya matatu wakiwa kwa SACCOS. So tuka approach Mheshimiwa Ibrahim Joni atusaidie badala ya kutupatia handouts. Tukamwambia mheshimiwa, kama kuna uwezo tusaidie tu register SACCO at least tuweze kutusaidia. Ibrahim Joni aliweza kutusaidia tukaregister sacco Moina.
With just 2 vans and a loan from a bank, the Moina Sacco was born.
Tukiregister Moina Sacco tulikuwa na Nissan 2. Tukashikana na watu wengine ambao walikuwa naona kazi yetu vile sisi tunafanyaga na wanaelewa. Tukaona ni vizuri sasa tutoke kwa Nissan tukuje kwa basi. Sasa ndio tuliweza kununua basi yetu ya kwanza mwaka wa 2012. Na members wengine wakanunua mabasi, wengine wakakuja wakatujoin, na ndio Moina sasa unaiona hapo iko.
Though the matatu sector has faced a lot of bad publicity, especially those in the eastern area, Muya decided to create a good rapport among his customers.
Na dereva akipatikana makosa conductor, tunapoa suspension ya 2 weeks or a month, then tunakuweka kwa record ya kwamba wewe tuna monitor kwa sababu umpatikana makosa. Kuja the second time, the third time tunakuexpel. Kalafuta kazi mahali pengine. Na tuna notify NTSA ya kwamba kuna driver fulani ama kuna conductor fulani, documents zake ndio hizi, tabia yake ni mbaya. So hata akienda kuandikwa kazi mahali pengine, mjue huyo tabia yake ni mbaya. Ndio huyu mtu usitoe uchafu hapa aende apeleke uchafu mahali pengine. Hizo ni baadhi ya reforms zile tunaleta kwa industry.
The Moina Sacco has grown so far, it has employed more than 300 youth on both full-time and part-time basis. The group not only offers jobs to the youth, it also offers financial advice to its members. They now have more than 104 minibuses and are looking to expand to 300 by the end of this year.
Tunataka tuko the best sacco. Maybe wengine watu join wala watashindwa na kazi. Kwa maana vile sheria inaelekea, wengine najua watashindwa na kazi. Na so sisi tunataka kutia bidii tusishindwe na kazi.
More youth and groups are encouraged to start small, and their quest for prosperity will for sure be achieved from a single step to the most desired destination of 1,000 miles. Rading Biko, reporting for WTV.
The idea of walking around with piles of paper to prove your identity has been draining, considering that these documents operate independently.
I have an ID. I also have a PIN number. Now I also have a driving license, and it can identify me across. And I also have a passport. And don't forget, I also have an employer number. Just imagine, all those things don't talk to each other.
The system used to register people in the country and the management of the record has perpetuated to the crime rates since little updates can be made on paper files.
The fraud in insurance is bigger than the profitability of the industry.
The Digital Registration Service Company has come up with solutions to this. Kenyans will be required to register for new IDs by February 2015. The process entails capturing of a fingerprint and iris scan. This will consolidate the country's registry and enhance security. This service will take the country's registry system to the 21st century by using an integrated digital ID.
Then after that, we populate that with their biodata, which is already existing in the system, so that we have a full record. Once we have a full record, we are able to issue every Kenyan with a digital ID.
The system will go past people to digitalize and avail information on the land, establishment and business assets available in the country. It will be a powerful transition that will be used to reduce any vices in the country, as the registrar of persons will have one quick unit to identify any citizen. Reporting for WTV News, I'm Winnie Otieno.
For many decades, drivers had to queue to have their driving licenses renewed, with majority of them having to travel many kilometers for the same.
Mimi kwa majina naitwa Augustus Jackson Onderi. Nimesikia hii ya kurenew na online. Nimesikia ni benefit mzuri kwa sisi juu hatutapanga laini. Lakini kitambo ulikuwa unapanga laini, inabidi utume mtu umulipe ndio akuendea haraka. Sasa hii style ikianza nitaona kama itakuwa mzuri.
Mimi naitwa Maina ama Mwangi. Otherwise mimi ni investor mmoja pande ya matatu. Okay, all I can say is I'm happy with the new now, the online now renewal of licenses, because compared with the previous one, we used to waste a lot of time, maybe sometimes queuing there, and at the end of the day you end up even not renewing your license. But now we appreciate the good job, because it is even efficient to part of our drivers. Like now, you'll just log in your phone, and there you are, you renew your license. So all we can also appeal is even now, even with the PSVs, also they can try and do something in the PSV renewals for inconveniencing of our drivers. Yeah.
However, with the introduction of e-government online platform, things have now changed and renewal of driving licenses can now be done at the comfort of your home, office or a cyber cafe, and you can pay using mobile money, debit cards, credit cards and mobile banking.
Online iko sawa, hakuna kupanga line, hakuna. Yeah. Very good online. Simu chacha. Naishi hapo.
Nilikuwa nasikia but si kwa sure nayo si nini mbaya. Naona ile nini ya kitambo iko sawa, but hii yenye wameleta saa hizi ziko complicated kiasi.
The process entails logging into ntsa.ecitizen.go.ke and signing in. Click on the National Transport Safety Authority link and choose Driving License Renewal. Enter your reference number at COFC, the numbers in brackets. If you're not sure, send an SMS with the word DL to 22430, and once subscribed, dial *512#, enter your ID and you will know your reference number. Then choose on the renewal payment. Step 3. Confirm details and proceed to pay using available payment options. Click on Services and download your renewal slip, print, cut and stick on your driving license. With all this in place, it will be easier for many motorists to save time and money. This will not only enhance efficiency, but will also curb corruption.
That's all we had for you this Sunday as far as our updates of the week are concerned. My name is Nicholas Mudimba. But before I leave you, you can catch up with the Tune magazine available in all leading supermarkets, including Nakumatt, at 300 shillings. That's it for this Sunday. My name is Nick Mudimba. To have a blessed week.